Fox Tuesday. Seth Green and Giovanni Ribisi are the best of friends with the worst of dads.
My dad quickly closes the laptop every time I walk into the room.
My dad can clear his throat for 50 minutes of a 90-minute movie.
Now they're moving in.
Stay out of the bathroom between 3 and 4. That's my go time.
And there's no way out.
Your father made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
With scotch?
He said it was for dipping.
Dads, a new comedy, premiering Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show.
Hey guys.
Welcome everyone.
We're listening to some beautiful wedding music, Being is for Doing, and I am Kaori Takee, doing another recap show of Total Divas Season 1, the mid-season finale, Episode 8, No Longer The Bridesmaid.
It's so hard to bob your head to this.
So, joining me is Showtime Josh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And across the way from Showtime Josh is Christian Rosenberg, Rosebud.
Hello, hello. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to this wonderful festivity.
It's so soothing I can't yell. And next
The quiet
to
storm.
him is the lovely Anne Campea.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
You just killed it. So, all
Let's get energy up.
So
guess
let's
what?
get this going.
What are we doing?
We talking divas.
Yeah.
We're talking Total Divas. We're going to talk about JoJo and Eva Marie's falling out, Nikki ditching Nattie for Cena, Cameron having stomach issues and bringing Vinny back, and of course,
OMG.
Nattie's wedding. And we'll talk a little bit about the after show, the reunion.
So much that happened in the finale.
Yes, it was a good mid-season finale. All right, guys, let's go straight into Nikki and Cena. Basically, John Cena is going to have a huge family reunion, and he wants... what are you doing? He wants Nikki to join in on this reunion because it's so rare that his family, which is huge, get together. So he asks Nikki, hey, can you ditch Nattie's wedding for my family reunion?
I wouldn't say he necessarily asked her to ditch it, but it was a big deal to him.
What other word would it be?
Well, it would be, with his busy schedule and as big as his family is, the only time that matches, it happens to be at the time frame of the wedding. And it would really mean a lot for him if Nikki would meet his brother, his sister, his mom, his dad, the whole family.
And also, of course, John Cena was also about to go to the wedding as well. So he's not the only, Nikki's not the only one that won't be able to make it because she does eventually choose Cena's family and this occasion rather than Nattie's occasion.
Does she make the right choice? Anne?
No.
Christian?
Yes.
No!
Yes. Yeah. Selfish men rule.
Hear me out.
Hold on. Before we get into all the reasoning and all that stuff, we just need to talk about someone real quick and the fact, he's really close with his family, he's really close with his parents, really close with his dad, who's also involved in wrestling, actually runs his own independent wrestling company up in Massachusetts. And speaking of dads, there is a hilarious new show premiering on Fox tomorrow, Tuesday, September 17th, happens to be called Dads. It's a new Fox comedy from the creators of Family Guy and Ted. You got Seth Green, who we all know.
Love him.
Love Seth Green. Giovanni Ribisi, they're best friends who got just terrible, terrible dads, or the worst of dads, if you want to say. And their dads decided to move in with them, and what hijinks? If our dads moved in with each other, it'd just be insane. It'd be insane, right? And then not only do you have that show, though, we got Andy Samberg now on Fox. Andy Samberg.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, a hilarious show that now critics are calling the best new sitcom of the fall. Fox is like the best with comedy shows.
On fire. On fire.
My favorite TV shows to watch, other than wrestling and diva reality, I guess, are sitcoms, are comedy, and Fox always delivers with it. And now it's premiering tomorrow night. You have Dads and Brooklyn Nine-Nine premiering this Tuesday night, September 17th, only on Fox. Going to be 2 great shows.
That's right. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. And
All right, Jay-Z.
now,
All right, Jay-Z.
ladies,
now we'll get to this.
Ready? Debate.
I'm very surprised
And
that
go.
the 2 girls chose Nattie over John Cena.
Of course.
So, girls, educate us. Educate the masses here.
The masses,
The
excuse
unwashed
you.
masses.
Speaking of dads, John Cena
Yes.
should have ditched his dad. Because
Why?
Boom.
your best friend only gets married once. You hope only gets married once. Okay, it could happen again, but one-time
happened for
wedding. At one time, it's your best friend. It means the world to her. You've had it planned for forever. Not to say that there are other circumstances that might pull Nikki to John. You know, John hasn't seen his family forever, but his family, knock on wood, will be around after the wedding. They're alive. They're healthy. They'll
How
find
often
another
do they-
date to get together.
That's completely what
Your
I think.
friend only gets married once.
Okay, so John Cena made the wrong decision, but what about Nikki? I asked about Nikki.
I think, okay.
Nikki's decision,
I
because
think-
you ladies, what if y'all were in the same position?
I think Nikki is at that stage when we see a friend who's a girl who's completely enamored and it's borderline obsessed with the person that they're dating, that they will drop anything, even just hanging out with a friend, for that guy. And for us as a woman, it's kind of disappointing over and over again to when you ditch an important event like getting married, like the one event. Hey, I'm getting married. This is the one event you need to come to. And she's like, no, I'm gonna do my boyfriend.
Let me ask you this, and I don't mean to put you on the spot at all, but I'm going to do that because I can. Let's say with the two of you that you guys have never met each other's family. Let's say you've been dating for a long time and never met each other's family. Kaori, you have a good friend of yours that's about to get married, but it's the one weekend where Josh's whole family is actually going to be out here to meet, and say the wedding is elsewhere. Are you going to the wedding, or are you going to meet his family?
I think we would find a way to negotiate and find a way to like maybe leave the wedding early or something.
Okay.
You know.
No, that's fine.
And Josh would say, look, family's very important. I know your friend's getting married, our friend, but listen, this is the only chance we got.
Josh
this
would
is the only chance, and this has been a big deal. We've been going at it for over a year.
They
It's a
have.
big step. Oh, and I happen to be like a multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
and I happen to own a private jet. And I'm the
So-
biggest guy in this business since Hulk Hogan.
It
And
felt
Stone
like an
Cold Steve
ultimatum.
Austin.
Didn't it feel kind of like an
It
ultimatum?
definitely felt like an
The way he
ultimatum.
presented
disagree. I
it.
disagree.
He didn't put it out there like, "Hey, Nattie's wedding." I understand. He didn't feel so understanding about the fact that it's her best friend's wedding.
Well, no, he felt bad that he wasn't going to be able to be there too.
Yeah, remember? He felt he did the guilt.
He did feel bad.
But there was no-
He did feel bad, but I do think that he kind of knew, like, Nikki would be like, all right, I'm going to go, because he
Yeah.
kind of gave her, like, a guilt trip.
And it also goes back to Nattie's personality. I think if it was someone else, somebody who would have put their foot down, maybe a stronger friend. I think Nattie is just so nice that maybe
so
Nikki
nice.
knew
She could get
if
away
she
with
made
it.
that choice, she would get away with it, and she'd find another way to make it up to
Did
Nattie.
Bree tell her no? Bree didn't tell her.
Bree didn't really say
No.
anything. She was
But
just...
think about this. All right, you don't go to Cena's family and meet his family, and you might drop the ball. Would she be kicking herself more for not going to Nattie's wedding down the line, maybe a year or two from now? Or would she be kicking herself more for not getting married to John Cena because she flaked on him
Hold
and
on.
chose her friend?
She's not going to not get married to John Cena. There will be other opportunities. And even if it's not having a reunion with the masses, he can have them introduce each other like separately as well. So there's always a time and place.
Yeah.
Wedding is so important for a woman. This is our
How
dream.
fragile is the situation, though?
I probably have enough fingers to count how many days off John Cena gets in a year.
Right.
Exactly.
And to match with one of those few days with the rest of his family who does not live where he lives. You know, he's flying to them or they're flying to him or
This
whatever.
is not on John Cena. This is on Nikki to
Well,
me.
Anne was putting him on blast. She was putting John Cena on blast. So it is. Wow. That has been thrust into the conversation. When John Cena asks you to jump, you ask how high.
Well, here's the
Well,
thing. If 5
You're a
years
woman.
down the line and they're still dating and he puts it out there, I'm breaking up with you because you didn't show up to this one time I invited you to meet my family, then there's something else wrong, right?
No, you guys are ladies, y'all know, like, what's the message he's sending to me? It's not verbal. What is he sending? He's like, listen, this is the next step for me. This is the next step for our relationship.
Is that what he's saying?
I never let people meet my family. And I only get to see my family like twice a year, maybe.
Me too.
So when I'm letting you come home and see, for one of the few times I ever get to see my parents and my whole family for years, he probably doesn't get everybody together all at once, hardly ever. This is a big deal, and it could be a deal breaker. Maybe not. Maybe not right away, but it could be. He could carry that with him, maybe for a month or two down the line, and be like, you know what? She didn't take it seriously. She's not ready for this.
I could put you on the spot as well and ask you why you never invite me to Virginia.
Why are you talking?
Oh, no.
Whoa. You've been to Virginia twice.
I think once, but...
She was drunk the other time.
But you know what? John Cena...
It was a Stephanie McMahon situation.
John Cena, he does do something that obviously shows a pivotal moment and the next step. And it's not meeting the family. It's asking Nikki to live with him. And she says yes. Easy peasy for her.
She breaks her rules.
I'm gonna break my rules.
So she's like, I said never to, gotta get a ring if I'm gonna move in. Nah, and when John Cena says, come on over.
Now, would John Cena have asked her to move in if she didn't go meet the family?
Exactly.
That's a good question.
No, he wouldn't have.
Now you've gone 2 steps. Well, but if she went to Nattie, at least Nattie's not mad at me. Like, whatever.
No, but...
And
who cares?
And Nikki did take the time to call Nattie during the wedding and like apologize again, congratulate her. And Nattie was thankful that she took the time to do that.
You know what though? Nattie is a sweetheart. That is a really good friend, a completely understanding person. I mean, I commend her for her patience and love.
A great co-worker. Her and TJ. Eventually, 5 years down the line, they're going to get a house in Calgary, and that's where they're going to be a majority of the time. Where's the Bellas going to be? They're going to be down in San Diego. Okay?
Maybe.
She's not going to be living in Calgary seeing Nattie every day. No. This is now. You got to think of the future.
Look, Nikki was in a tough position. Either way, it was going to be a hard choice to make.
She did it right.
She did.
I agree.
It's a tough decision, though.
Well,
the men, I could not. I thought the girls. I thought I was gonna have to fight you on this. So the girls, all in unison.
Great minds.
I just, if I was getting married to the man of my dreams, who I've been dating for over 10 years, and finally we're getting hitched. And one of my homegirls said she can't make it because she has a family reunion.
Well,
I would be
because Superman wants her to go meet his family.
Hold on, if that
you're gonna say, oh yeah, I mean it's not some Joe Blow.
I'm sorry, why are you calling them homegirls?
They're co-workers.
You got me stuck on that.
Hey, if Cameron,
if one of my good friends, one of my best friends, you are not Cameron.
How do you know?
Whoa! Swerve!
Another swerve is that our new divas, JoJo and redhead Eva Marie, have the opportunity. One of them will have the opportunity to get on stage in a WWE show, and it ends up being Eva Marie. JoJo, who's already kind of pissed and feels left behind and being a little brat face, is now really, really upset.
Are we disagreeing on everything?
Yeah,
right
we
now?
are. I'm with her on that.
I'm
sorry, I'm gonna be with her too.
I'm on JoJo's side for this one.
Really?
I'm gonna stand alone with JoJo.
Why? Well, okay, give me a reason on why JoJo is right on this side.
Because Eva Marie is oblivious to what she's done to JoJo.
What has she done? She's just moving up on the ladder.
Is that her fault?
Yeah.
Is that Eva Marie's fault?
I'm not blaming her for moving up the ladder. I'm not blaming that at all.
For being oblivious.
Oh, is it her fault for being oblivious?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe her education. Girl, I don't know.
And what has she done? Let's hear it.
What has she done? She even said during their argument segment that she was like, you've been supposed to be like my support. No, she's not. You're not supposed to be there.
I don't think
JoJo's right. We get along with each other. We're supposed to be co-workers, but in the end, it's a competition. Yes, you're getting the upper hand right now. That's going to happen. Eva Marie is older, taller, and to most guys, better looking. I personally like
can't walk on
JoJo.
heels, but okay.
But Eva Marie is being like, no, pretty much Eva Marie is talking to JoJo like, JoJo, you're supposed to be my lackey. You're supposed to be my sidekick.
Right, which is what she was.
No, she wasn't.
That is what she was coming off of, and I think someone told JoJo, hey, listen, you're coming off as her little sidekick, her Robin to her Batman, and she got mad about that, and she is being way too transparent. JoJo ain't playing the Game of Thrones correctly, okay? She needs to tighten that back. She's got the talent. She's got the looks. And she's going to let this... Eva Marie, this chick's not... She ain't the most powerful thing. When she walked out there with Nattie, she looked like a robot. She can't even walk right.
She looked like she had no idea what she was doing.
Oh, who's this redhead? What was this wave? Like... You're a diva.
Now, I agree on the fact that when Eva Marie like came back to the back after she walked Nattie to the ring, where like JoJo did not hug her. At least the cameras didn't show JoJo like greet her, but greeted Nattie. That was childish of JoJo, no doubt about that.
Look, I understand JoJo's envy and jealousy, but they were growing up together pretty much in WWE. They have the same apartment, they live together.
They've been there for like 6 weeks.
I'm talking about for the 6 weeks that they've been together. They've been growing up together.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I hope people get that. Everything.
Yes, and I think Eva Marie is genuinely the reason why she says those things that she says to JoJo. She doesn't mean it like, oh, you're supposed to be my backup. It's not like that. She's saying you're supposed to back me up and support me. We're supposed to support each other. I think that's what Eva Marie is saying. And now I'm not the one to defend Eva Marie because I do prefer JoJo, but I think JoJo's being a brat face.
Let me ask you this: if it was reversed, if JoJo got that spot, do you think Eva Marie was going to support her?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I highly doubt it.
I don't know.
No.
You've been kind of quiet. What are you thinking?
I think it's age. I think JoJo is just too young and she doesn't know how to handle these feelings she's having. Does that make sense?
But she's 19. She's not
but 19
14,
so
she's
young.
not 12.
There's a big there's a big difference in mentality between Eva Marie and JoJo.
She's like 25, right? Eva Marie's 25. There's a big difference between 25 and 19. But still, I mean, at 19, you shouldn't be acting like that at 19. You were a grown woman. Time to tighten up. You can vote and you can go to war. But you are at war right now. Do not be so transparent, JoJo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then
I'm transparent. No.
And you brought up a good point when you were saying those numbers on what she can do, because part of Eva Marie's argument was, well, you can't rent a car. Okay.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, because you got to be 25 to rent a car.
Oh yeah, she did say
But she won't even drive. Her point is that you can't even help us out on the road. Like, you won't drive.
Because you can't legally drive a rental car.
She can't legally drive a rental car. She said, what is she doing to help Eva Marie? Nothing. So, you in that space there, you can be supportive. You can be a supporting. You can at football games, the quarterbacks shake their hands at the end of the game, and one of them lost. You know, and right now, Eva Marie's winning the game. But JoJo's got plenty of time ahead of her.
That's my point. JoJo has plenty of time, and even the Funkadactyls, a.k.a. not Cameron, Ariane and Trinity, they did say, look, girl, you are younger than all of us. By the time we're all gone, you're going to be reigning it. And that's true. She's got way...
Well, yeah, because most divas, I mean, the average diva, Sally is like, unless you're one of the top ones, is gone by around 30 or early 30s, like they no longer have a job. Yeah. There's one exception right now. There's a diva, she's not a total diva, her name is Layla, who's 36, who is by far the oldest diva.
By far.
Still looks freaking good.
And she looks great. And she's fantastic. But go ahead.
And Eva Marie, one last thing with Eva Marie, she should not have criticized JoJo for using a talent to get on.
That is true
as well. It's like, you didn't have a talent, so you were upset with her. Eva Marie's being childish too here. Yeah. And that's why JoJo is probably at the point that she's at right now, because she criticized her for using her singing. And then the whole, and see, when you flopped, that's karma getting back at you. Why? It's not karma. You flopped on your face with the Fandango thing.
That's why I went on my tangent last week, yeah.
Yeah, and now she's like, so when she brought that up, I understood. Like, when JoJo said that, I'm like, I understand why you're bitter. But you can't be so transparent, honey.
That's the big thing, is the transparency. Well, I also feel kind of like Eva's ready to make up. As soon as JoJo says, you know what, I'll be more supportive, help me support. Like, if they had an adult conversation, they might have a friendship going. But I think that JoJo is the one that needs to step up a little bit.
Can't have an adult conversation with a baby.
That's what I think.
I don't think Eva Marie was mature in this either.
I think
Marie's not capable of having an adult conversation either. It's just 25 years old.
But you know what? I give her props because you know how hard it is to confront someone that's treating you like crap, like JoJo?
Good for her. I know that is tough.
But did you
she's
see,
doing this on her phone the whole time.
But did you see how?
Yeah.
No, I agree. That was dumb with JoJo texting. But you see how Eva Marie was being very condescending with what she was saying to her?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The tone was a little.
Thank you.
A little bit.
See?
Oh, Sensi Sal's over here on this side.
Bringing him in.
I'm still like, JoJo.
I can take it.
Her condescending level was way below JoJo's, like, insanity.
Oh, hell no.
The jealousy, envy.
The texting, if Eva Marie's asking what's wrong and JoJo saying nothing, I agree. JoJo should put the phone down and talk like an adult. I agree on that. But Eva Marie would be like, you should be supportive of me because I got this thing on Maxim and I got to walk down and like kind of rubbing it in, putting salt in the wound.
She was trying to rub it in. I don't think she was.
But that's how oblivious she is.
Yes, that is true. But she's not malicious,
Ignorance
so
is
give her a
bliss.
little. Well, guys, what do you guys think? Stop over at iTunes and let us know.
Wow, what a segue.
Boom. Yeah, let us know what you think about this episode, about AfterBuzz, about us as commentators. Do you agree with us or do you agree with the fellas on my other side? Give us some ratings. 5 stars would be excellent. Stop over at iTunes. And while you're there, check out Serial Buddies for $4.99 as well. Boom. All right,
Like
guys.
it.
Yes. So let's talk briefly about Ariane because she has stomach problems.
Sweet pea.
I feel so bad.
And she calls Trinity and gets Trinity to help her out. Who calls the emergency and takes Ariane away.
And Trinity broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, she did. She said, "Excuse me, please turn the
Can you
cameras
guys stop
off."
filming for a few minutes?
Kayfabe,
And they
I love
still
it.
filmed.
Yeah, and they're like, "No."
Yeah,
then they're
they're like,
like,
hey,
yeah,
can you guys stop filming? No.
Just a little bit.
Oh, but when she was getting lifted up in the ambulance, are you coming with me? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I wish I was there. I'm like, look, you don't know me. I'll rub your belly while you're.
Are we assuming that as the paramedics were going up there, they were informed, hey, they're filming a reality show, so you're going to be on camera?
Yeah. This is a show. This is
I know, but I just wanted to, I just thought it'd be hilarious if all of a sudden the EMTs walked in and then they see the camera and they're like, what's going on here?
You got to sign before you take her to the hospital. Can you sign these release forms, please?
So,
Okay.
it's sad because we find out that Ariane basically has a problem with her stomach, especially when her period gets near. Is it bad to say period? Menstrual cycle?
Yeah.
Womanly.
Horrible.
And it touched close to home with me because I'm like,
Oh, yeah, me too.
I know, you guys probably felt it too.
I did. I did.
and I want to know, why was Trinity on the phone while driving? Did anyone else catch that?
In Florida, you might be okay.
Really?
Or wherever they were. It's not in every
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's not every state.
California is illegal.
California's legal, but I don't think they were in Cali.
So
They were in a hotel, so they were somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm on the road for some show, probably.
So that's not the only pain that Ariane feels, and we'll talk more about that later when we talk briefly about the
Scary situation for
the
her.
after party. But another scary situation that she has is she brings Vinny to the wedding.
Why? I thought we were rid of this guy last week. What the heck?
The reason is they are going to start all over, go very, very slow, and
No.
it's because Vinny's going to support her with her tummy problem.
No.
Ladies, when you get into a valley like that, when you get scared and you're all alone, please don't go back to those guys, to these men
It
that you
happens
left.
so many times, and I know because I've been the nice guy that then they've left to go back to the
Oh yeah,
jerk
you're the guy that's like,
before.
here, cry on my shoulder, and it's just like, yeah, I'm back with the guy. Yeah, nice guys. That was my whole high school
I
experience.
loathe Vinny.
He's not a bad guy. He's just not very. He's like the Eva Marie of men, you know.
Him and Eva Marie would be the perfect couple. Vinny and Eva Marie would be the perfect couple.
Fireworks.
Oh gosh.
God, like I really feel like there's something missing there. Like when he walked into that room in his little monkey suit, I'm like, what in the world? He's like, hi. It's like, dude, you're not there. You're not. He needs to walk in and be like,
He
hey
is
guys,
there.
look, I know I messed up in Vegas. I'm sorry. Like he's just like, hey guys, I'm here. It's like,
How awkward did Ariane must have felt bringing him back? Like, hey guys, this is the the guy that really embarrassed me.
Poor thing.
At WrestleMania and in Las Vegas.
Even when he's not around, I'm talking about him. I'm embarrassed about him. Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, the beginning of this show, I was very much against her, and I'm a big Ariane fan.
The last couple of weeks, I've been feeling for Ariane. I still don't dig her attitude when she's like working with like Trinity, as far as her as the wrestler stuff, but like the personal stuff, dealing with this idiotic ex-boyfriend again. It's her choice, but it's also the fact that like she doesn't have anyone else.
I want her to have a knight in shining armor.
And she has a very good point as well. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Is that she says she's always on the road, and most of the divas are dating other wrestlers, and he's one that really understands and supports that, and that's really good.
But I don't know. It doesn't mean you have to settle, and I don't want her to continue in this relationship thinking that maybe something will grow out of it, when clearly to the viewers there's nothing there, at least for us.
She's in a rough spot right now, and she like I said, like when she got rushed to the hospital, she's all by herself. All she had was Trinity, and she's like, "Oh, I'll follow you," in the car. She's like, "Oh, I need Benny.
Well,
I need him."
Goodness, she had Trinity though. You know what I mean?
And ladies, when you feel like you need a man who's damaging to you, when you feel like you need something, know that you've gone most of your life without that man, and you were just fine.
I have something else to throw you under the bus, but I won't do it.
Why would you cue it up then and not say it?
I was in a car accident, and my car flipped over, and I called him 10 times, and he didn't pick up his phone. So I called my dad. Finally, my dad came right away.
Phone was
Dad
off
will always be there.
at 6 in the morning. I'm sorry, I hadn't gotten up for work yet.
I always tell you, keep your phone on. Then keep your phone on.
Did I take the day off work and I stayed in that ER and relieved your father? Yeah.
Anyway.
And she was unharmed, completely unharmed. Nothing wrong with her.
Okay, guys, let's talk about a very, very special day for Nattie, aside from the point that Nikki couldn't make it.
Yeah, she got to see Jarrett again.
She gets married. God. Well, actually,
Jarrett, Vinny, God, who else?
Everything so great for her.
More importantly, TJ gets to talk to Jarrett. So they're all talking, and Jarrett comes in and talks to TJ about all these things that him and Nattie have been up to.
This is so dumb.
The revelation. I was like, oh my gosh, Jarrett, why are you saying all these things? He was kind of like trying to destroy the wedding.
And then he told TJ, "I'm happy for you, man." Bam!
Slaps him on the back.
Yeah.
Don't touch me, man. Let's go outside. Let's go outside.
He's like, can I talk to you for a second? Let's go outside.
TJ, being the nice Canadian boy, didn't like just duke it out with him right there. But I think that if he punched him, that would have been well deserved too.
Yeah. Why was Jarrett there anyway?
Because he's a long time close friend of Nattie's, and she invited him to the wedding.
He's also a long time close friends of TJ.
Yeah, and they invited him to the wedding.
Well,
he RSVP'd. He said he'll have the fish dinner.
If he had,
TJ didn't know.
And TJ had no idea about any of this stuff.
Was TJ informed on this?
Would you have invited, I don't know, Joe Schmo if that happened? If Joe Schmo was hitting on me?
Are you going to be honest? Are you going to be honest, or are you going to be like Nattie?
Would you kick him out when you found out though? Because he was at the wedding. Still. He was still at the wedding.
Good. I'd be like, boy, bye in front of everybody.
Boy, bye.
Boy, bye.
Boy, bye. Let's get this started. Come here. All right, let's go. I would have been done. I would have thrown him out.
What was that?
I physically threw him out,
and then you
turned around, grabbed my bride-to-be, kissed her, and said, "Go upstairs," and let's get started.
Get upstairs.
But TJ does confront Natalia, or Nattie, and Nattie's really shocked, and she's scared that she's been having a downfall of a lot of
with everything else that's been happening with the wedding.
Yeah, the weather, Nattie,
storm,
the gown.
The gown. By the way, her mom made a nasty, awful gown.
I felt bad about that though. Mom looked so happy, like, oh, I made this.
In my head, I'm like, that can't be real.
Oh,
that cannot be real. What mother thinks that's a beautiful gown? And the description was that was gray. Gray wedding dress? Really? No way.
Well, it can't be white. Maybe that's where she was coming from.
And it was funny because there was a rose right where it looked like a.
Looked like a what?
A woman part.
Like a what?
A woman part.
The roses.
Awful dress.
It looked like a rose. It looked like my shirt.
Anyways, guys, so TJ confronts Nattie. and he's upset, and Nattie's freaking out because she's thinking, oh my gosh, what I've been hiding from him might actually ruin my wedding. But TJ, he's upset, but he actually forgives her really quickly, I thought.
Wasn't it weird? Did she tell him, you've ruined everything about the wedding? Because he came upstairs upset about this?
No, that you were no. She was like you ruined the classic wedding because you saw her.
That's why I wrote it down. Yeah, he comes upstairs like, hey, listen, I just heard this, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. It's like you have zero guilt in your head right now. All you're thinking about is your.
She didn't know.
But she didn't know until he said it.
She didn't know what he was going to bring up.
That you like how? What else did he know? Like you come upstairs and you know that you've been messing up this whole time, and you see your husband come up pissed. It's like that's the only thing it could have been. Guys, can y'all leave real quick? Listen, baby. I don't want you to be upset.
What you
ruined everything.
What if he ran up and said the master, the pastor, he was in a car accident and he's not going to be able to make it.
Felt like an idiot.
The cat's sick. Anything. Could have been anything
She did feel like an idiot regardless.
The best man twisted his ankle going down the stairs.
All right, I do have a really big question. I do have a really big question, guys. Who do you think was wrong, Nattie or TJ, in this situation?
In the situation of the argument?
Of the whole, like, pretty much the whole situation. Do you feel for Nattie or do you feel for TJ? Like, which one are you more on the side of?
Let's not do feel. Let's do whose side you're on. Yes or no.
So
I don't want any line. I want to no line straddling.
I'm ready.
Who's right? Who's wrong?
And go.
TJ's right.
Okay. All right.
Few weeks ago, Nattie was right.
Give me a
few weeks ago, Nattie was right. But being that she never told him about it, TJ is right.
Yeah, she should have told him. Agreed.
Well, baby.
What? Do it.
What is yours?
Go ahead. You go first.
I'm glad everyone's back to my side. I was fighting you for weeks. I told you TJ was right.
Why are you yelling? I'm right here.
I'm telling everyone out there who's been watching the show
because they can't hear him unless they just adjust their volume on their radio.
I've been getting pelted week after week from you guys.
Wait a minute.
TJ.
I didn't give my answer yet.
Well, let's go.
I think that then you asked me in the car, is there anyone on Total Divas that you feel like you connect with? And I said, you know what, Nattie, because I think what she did was wrong in the sense that she didn't tell TJ what was going on. She invited Jared and she didn't say, hey, I talked to him on my birthday. I went out with him because you didn't take me out. She didn't go towards TJ to get reassurance, and she went to Jared for reassurance. Then that's kind of bad, and it's especially bad because she didn't tell TJ about it. So I do understand Nattie. I do.
But see, Nattie could have saved face.
She feels neglected.
Had she had this conversation with him in Vegas.
That was her only mistake, but being neglected is a huge problem.
Yeah, that was the key thing. Because like I said for over like a few weeks, when she had that dinner with Jarrett, I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with her talking with him and things like that. But then when all the texts and while she's on the Bachelorette weekend in Vegas and everything, and responding and not telling TJ or not just telling him, hey, stop this. That's when it was just like, okay, that's a little much.
There's a time, like, there was a limit. She kind of pushed it a little too far. But the wedding does go on, and she does walk down the aisle with her
Jim the
dad.
Anvil Neidhart.
And the kitty.
And Gizmo.
Yeah.
Angry cat, he looks like.
In tuxedo. It was really cute.
And I enjoyed, as a wrestling fan, the people who watch wrestling very much enjoyed this segment because you had several WWE wrestlers sitting around. You had Damian Sandow, a WWE superstar, who, when he leaves wrestling, should become a game show host or something.
He's still Damian Sandow in Total Divas, which is awesome.
He was like, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The wedding is about to begin.
Yeah, he was pretty much the MC the whole night at the reception as well. So they have a beautiful wedding, and then there's a beautiful, fun reception, and Bree catches the bouquet, and Daniel Bryan makes
the look of terror.
A fearful face.
One quick other thing, though, with the actual wedding, which I found kind of interesting for wrestling fans, they would know, the best man, which, they never talked to, but you saw him in the faint corner on a couple shots, was one Harry Smith, who used to be contracted by WWE, but has been since released. No longer a wrestler. He actually wrestles in Japan now. So I found it very interesting that they showed him on camera.
Yeah.
He's like, hell yeah.
Because he's not contracted or anything like that. Now, like, they didn't talk with him or anything like that, but you saw him.
Yeah.
I just found that kind of interesting. That's why I shared it. The end.
I thought it was cool that they had little personalized wedding blocks for the microphones too at the reception.
They did.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
Sandow was holding it. It was a little personalized little block for the microphone. I was like, this is great. Like.
And I like the little video package.
That's what I was going to say. That video
Tyson
package
made.
was so cute.
Yeah.
It's nice when a man puts thought into something.
Or gets the WWE editors to make something hard.
Anyways, guys, let's move on to the after party because it had some pretty cool things. That was the first time, well, not really, but that was the first time they were sitting on a couch all together.
The mid-season reunion for girls that work together and see each other every day.
Pretty much, yes.
Why did this exist?
Because we wanted to see Eva and JoJo still at it. They still don't like each other, apparently. John from the Usos stops over and talks about how Trinity is a joker, and so is he, and they're hilarious. I really like that. And then John Cena stops over and talks about how he commends these girls for sharing their lives on national television. And then TJ sits down on the couch and, you know, after the wedding talk, and it's beautiful and rosy, and Nattie and TJ are there. And then in comes the man that stirs the pot, says Renee Young, who she didn't do too well.
No, she didn't.
Was this an episode of Maury Povich? Because
I know.
It's like a talk show crowd. Out comes Jarrett. The crowd is booing him. Like, are we about to have, like, go into fisticuffs and Steve Wilco, whatever the guy's name was going to come out and separate the two? I mean, what the hell was this? And Renee Young should be on the E! Network instead of WWE because she did that hosting job perfectly.
I don't think she did a good job.
I thought she did great.
I had two hiccups. Now I don't know if y'all noticed. Did one of her fake eyelashes fall off?
Why do you notice all these things? I'm a little.
Because it's Total Divas.
Because we're talking divas.
We're talking divas. Go back. I think like the first two segments, her right eye is considerably less dark than the other one, and I'm like, you know, I even looked her up on Google Images to see if she had a wonky eye that I never saw, but no, I think, and then they fixed it. Another one was, and this was a big problem I had, is when she was interviewing Ariane. And Ariane said, yes, I actually found out in the hospital that I may not be able to have children. And Renee said, "Well, wow, that's one of the things we'll be watching. Definitely sounds like high drama there." So,
yeah, that's
anyway, Ariane,
so terrible.
I'm like, whoa, woman, you gotta have a little. You gotta be like Jenny Jones with this stuff, okay?
But it's part of the next part of the season,
yeah, which has a lot of good things.
So you can't talk much about it.
Yeah, but a little more sympathy.
I may not have children. Wow, that sounds like a lot of drama there. So anyway, Vinny, how about that?
Okay, the one of the big things was Jarrett coming in, and he actually flat out says, "No, I don't think you did the right thing by marrying TJ."
Yeah. Ooh. And then TJ says, "Oh my God,
Jerry."
And when TJ says, "All right, first of all, I just want to say, like, he came out swinging right before he even sat down. First of all, I just want to say, Jarrett cannot wrestle. No. He never taught Nattie how to wrestle. That's just something that she made up in her head." I'm like, woo. And then the rest of the show, Natalya is leaning towards TJ, but her legs are pointed outward. I just thought that was an interesting body language choice.
It's a little cute.
He thinks a lot.
Apparently.
I'm down with the divas, okay? I'm down with divas. So, yeah, Jarrett came out and he started swinging too. He didn't like what he heard in the back.
Well, of course. And by the way, did you guys notice that John Cena was the only one that came in to his theme music? I thought that was kind of cool.
No,
that's awesome.
No, that's not true.
Who else did?
Uso did.
He did?
Yes.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Huh.
They should have gave Jarrett music.
Yeah, right?
No, he wouldn't have been heard over the booze.
Over the booze.
So both Johns got their own theme music, then both bounced right after their segments.
But then TJ stayed the whole time.
Oh, and another funny, just little logistic thing, since he's pointing out all these small things on the girls. Actually, this kind of goes back to the actual episode, so I'm sorry for backtracking.
It's fine.
But when they went to the premiere of the new performance center in Orlando, where the WWE trains everyone, which is my dream to get over there as a commentator one day. The big press conference that they had, they rang the bell. And if you watch the original press conference on YouTube, you hear Stephanie McMahon rings the bell, but it's this very old bell, so it doesn't have much of a ring. And they completely got rid of that sound and just did like a regular bell on it.
Cool.
I mean,
interesting.
It was just an observant thing that only nerds like me would notice.
Well, guys.
John Cena.
What? Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say something really good about John Cena.
Say something good about John Cena.
The man came out there, and what did he do? He had a beautiful speech for the divas.
Yes, he did.
He totally raised them up and said, "This is amazing what they're doing." And then the man took a blow. He took the blow for the wedding fiasco.
Oh, yeah.
He said it was my fault.
Yeah, God, he's such a good guy.
And Campea, what do you think of that?
Good.
And he shared the spotlight with an Uso and Tyson Kidd.
He is the man. He is the man.
Can't deny he is the saving grace for the show for me.
Oh, for sure. He's
man.
charming too. Total Divas.
I think I'm such a bigger fan of John Cena, the person,
Yep.
from this because, I mean, like I've said on this multiple times, like everything that I've seen of him on here is kind of like exactly what I would think he would be. But now actually seeing him, like, this guy's just like, he's just a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Who really looks out for people and is hilarious. And he never effing swears.
Yeah, that was pretty
That was funny.
He's got some humor in him,
Yeah.
which I like too.
And he always puts Nikki on the spot, like when we're seeing like that we're gonna see in November, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's this used for?
She's got
or like,
she's got a lot of dirty stuff walking around.
Yeah.
I love Nikki. Nikki is hilarious. She's got the
She's
best
pretty
sound
funny.
bites. She's got the best.
I
She
cannot
doesn't care.
I cannot wait for the post-surgery episode.
And
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
prenup, or not even a prenup, right? It's just a pre-prenup for living in my house, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Some contract for
you're a
living in the
guest
house.
of the house.
I can't wait for the second half of the season. We're gonna have Bree and Brian drama because
I don't
he
wanna
becomes a
see
Because now he
superstar.
becomes the main eventer.
And we're gonna find out more about Ariane's unfortunate disease or illness, and we're gonna find out a lot more. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little sad that we won't be talking about this till November
2 months off.
17th. November 17th. But that's okay. In the meantime, we'll probably be watching reruns and changing
Changing our opinions.
maybe, who knows.
And I'm sure Jared, the opportunist, will be still in contention for Nattie's love in November.
Peeking through the window.
He ain't gonna stop. He will not stop.
Yeah, he has to come back now. In the meantime, guys, where can we follow you? Anne.
You can follow me on Twitter at Campea.
All right, and you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC, hashtag Rosebuds. Also, tune in Friday night for SmackDown AfterBuzz, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, myself and Corey. And if you think you're going to miss me on Monday nights, don't fret, because beginning next week, The Voice begins. And we'll have The Voice AfterBuzz be next Monday, which I'll be a part of as well.
And you can, hey guys, tweet me. Tweet me at
tweet it.
Showtime Josh.
Tweet Josh.
Showtime Josh. And you can also find me on Monday Night Raw in 3 hours.
Why are you yelling?
Because
it hurts me because I'm right next to
Raw
him.
is war.
But anyway, I am Kaori Takee. You can find me at Kaorious, Kaorious, and you can find all of us here at AfterBuzz TV. We will catch you guys November 17th.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.